which includes inclusion of press and public, members of the public and press to be readmitted to the meeting from conclusion of a consideration of business of a confidential nature. Item number 9, Town Council meetings. To approve the minutes of the Council meeting 16th May 2024 as detailed in the minute book 2024 to 2025. Have I got a movement?
I'll second.
Seconder. So voting to move the minutes. Paul? And against? Abstentions? Item 10, accounts for payments. To confirm the payments of accounts for March and April 2024. Have I got a mover?
Can I just say something?
Yes, sorry.
I'll be voting against approving questions about the accounts and payments. The response was promised, but it's not been forthcoming, accepting that Andrew was sick. But, I can't agree to paying accounts that I don't really have had answers to.
Can you use the mic because we can't hear?
So just pointing out that I'll be voting against the accounts for payment.
So have I got a mover for the accounts? No mover?
Deferred.
Deferred, yeah.
Yep.
Is there any accounts in there that will stop wages being paid, etc., etc., etc.?
I'm not sure. I think wages are to be paid next week. I'll check on that and I'll ask. There'll be an email going or a letter accordingly. That's okay.
No problem. Income. To review the council's income for March and April 2024. I believe every council got received income reports. Any council got any issues or questions they want to raise regarding the income reports? No? Okay, item 12, water park. To consider the purchase of a new vehicle for the water park.
Sure.
Very quickly, members will be aware that there was a vehicle stolen in the end of September of last year, the Gator. That was declared by the insurer to be beyond economic repair, and they settled with us for an amount of £17,400. We've now got a number of quotes in for complete replacement of that vehicle. A brand new vehicle would cost us £22,000 excluding VAT, or a reconditioned machine would cost us £11,500 excluding VAT. So the suggestion is that we look to replace the vehicle with the second option of the £11,500 Kubota machine, which will be covered by warranty and servicing, etc.
Any councillors, any questions?
How old is this vehicle?
Its plate is 67, but it's in very, very good condition. Yeah, it's been maintained by RMV of Doncaster.
And is it similar to a Gator?
It's very similar to a Gator with a tipper on the back as well, which shows it's better than the vehicle was had, so it will be more benefit for the staff.
So again, can I just clarify, this will not be, it's not budgeted for because it's coming out of the insurance money, it's not going to have any budgets.
It's covered by the 17.4 that we have. Yeah.
Sure.
Can I just ask, heat unit, do we really need this?
I have been speaking to staff and staff say yes, and Pete, you want to that.
Well, if how much stuff have we had pitched, and now we're going to risk? How many drivers have we got in staff for a starter?
My understanding is we've got two registered drivers for the gate.
And who are they? Who are they? General
I
manager.
wouldn't
Name names.
I wouldn't name them
Can't
here
name names.
now.
Pardon?
Can't name names.
I think, in fact, there's actually three persons.
So we've got two drivers.
Three. My apologies. There was
Three,
there's
yeah.
three. Yeah.
I don't know.
Kathy, would you like to?
Yeah, have you actually looked at the cost for leasing rather than buying?
We have in the past, but leasing is an expensive option, because obviously at the end of the lease period you get the option to either purchase the machine, and that's what the previous gator was done through a hire purchase type arrangement. So it cost a lot more money. It was like about £25,000.
But you actually lease the flatback lorry.
That is on the list at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, I think it,
My understanding is that lease is near conclusion, or but yeah, I think we did originally take it out as a lease.
We do. We just
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
we purchased. Well, not purchased. We leased a new one. Probably in 2022, I think, or 21. Because we had to have some work done on that. That I remember, to me, if what we understand, money is tight, and that's what we were told in the last meeting, that money was tight and we had to watch what we were spending. Surely it would be better to lease something than to purchase something that takes funds out of the reserves.
So this is not taking any funds out of any reserves. This is using the insurance money that we have got from the one that was damaged in the break-ins. We did get back £17,400 insurance, and we will be saving will be a difference of £6,000 that will be going, if we go for this option, there'll be around £6,000 that'll be going back into the council coffers that way. So, Maxine?
So where did you find this offer?
It's come from staff actually looking around. So three different staff were looking at different options in terms of supply of a suitable vehicle to replace what was asked for, which was basically a similar vehicle to the Gator, but with a tipping facility, which we didn't have with the previous vehicle.
So again, the staff that I've spoken to have all said this is a fundamental piece of kit. I think Scott's, you know, you head there, Scott? Scott's a good engineer. He can also help us put bolts in. He does a lot of the heavy work. Rather than guys walking around picking litter and walking around with a bin bag that can throw loads of bin bags in, he does make efficiencies. So I propose that we go with the offer. Have we got a seconder?
Yeah.
So those voting to go for the gator, the vehicle. Tribota, yeah.
That's out of insurance.
That's out of insurance, that's not out of any.
Can I just ask, are you going to actually have a tracker fitted to this one so that if it's stolen again, you can track it?
Can we just finish voting then we'll answer? So those against? Those abstaining?
How about
So in answer to your question is, yes, someone can look at and see how much that cost to go the tracker. So it's absolutely.
I would have thought your insurance would have, with how many things are getting stolen, would probably look at saying that it's something that should be doing to reduce your premiums.
Okay, everybody, so item 13 is public question time. So to receive questions from members of the public and to receive any reports from the community meetings. So, Kathy?
Item 11, income from, income. Can you actually give us a breakdown of the income from the lakeside, how much it's taken, due to the fact that, you know, you are spending quite a lot of money on food down there. And then the other question I wanted to ask is, do you actually have a separate skip for food waste? And is there a record of how much food you are actually throwing away and how much that costs the council to take away, due to the fact of how much money you're spending in food and your revenue that appears to be very, very low would indicate there is a vast amount of food being wasted. So how do you dispose of your food waste? Is there a separate food skip?
So with regards to your first question, we haven't got the figures on it at the moment. We'll get that reported back to you and ask me to email the things as soon as possible. By Monday, okay?
Yeah,
By
we
Monday, is
look
that
at
okay,
Tuesday next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, by Tuesday?
Tuesday the 11th.
Do we have a food skip?
So regarding that, I don't know. We're not.
I don't think we do, but
I do understand that food waste is actually accounted for, so I'll, again, for Tuesday of next week, I'll send you what the current arrangements are and to look at what level of food waste that is against the income levels that we get from the food.
So, Maxine?
So, when we did the thing with Karen King, the food waste was one of the the food waste was one of the recommendations. Can I ask why it's not been done?
I don't answer that at the moment. So we'll try and get you an answer.
She put in 12 recommendations, and that's why we brought her in as an internal auditor, and that was one of the recommendations, that all food should be logged, all food waste should be logged.
Can we check that away if we are or not meeting that, and then if not, we need to get on with that?
Yep.
So we've got access to the Karen King report.
I'll get it. Yeah.
Any other questions for anybody? Or from anybody? Kathy again?
Obviously, in exclusion, you've had a discussion about Bank Street. Are you allowed to tell us what's being discussed?
Yeah.
You'll be aware the building which was held by a charity has been vacated because they couldn't replace it with a paid member of staff because the person retired. So we're looking at three options. First of all, to see if there is any value that we can get from it in terms of the market. The second option is to look and see if there's any project which would be our project leaders who would be willing to take on the building. There's a number of organisations who have expressed interest in that regard, and we would sit down and see if that's an option. And then the third option is to basically see if we can use the asset to as a means of exchange to repair, get some repairs done on some of our buildings that we have, some issues with. So those are the three options that we're going to look at for forthcoming meetings.
Maxine?
So you've got the options, but if you allowed a charity and that charity could get the money for the repairs and they could run that place, if you like, do it as like a and I just don't understand why you think about selling.
So the reason it's just an option. It's not. We're not taking any options off the table. It was just it was valued. The cost, the repairs, would not meet the additional valuation that it would increase. We're just looking at all options.
But
We're
at
not
the
taking it
minute,
off the table.
because of the cost of the repairs, it's not. It's
Yeah,
the value considerably.
It would be to sell. Well, it would be to sell it as it. Well,
As it is.
looking as it is, even if we repaired it, the increase in cost would not meet the repair cost, if you know what I mean. For example, say we're valued at 10 quid, and as it is, if we get it repaired, it'd be 20 quid, but it'd cost us 30 quid to do repair, so it's not worth it.
But like I said, if you gave it to a charity
That is an option.
and run it as a thing and still have it under it'd still be your asset.
It is an option. There's no options off the table.
That's the second option, yeah.
That's most the second. That's
Yeah,
most
that's
the
the
second
second
option.
option, yeah. We're going to look, we're going to speak to an organisation, two organisations that have expressed
Yeah,
interest to
I'm
see which one is a runner, and then to see if it's doable in terms of what they're able to do and what they're able to access in terms of financial support from the Wakefield Council or charitable foundations or lottery or whatever.
Maxine?
So, there's been a few allegations on Facebook. I'm not going to, because the person's not here, but can I ask you to actually get the information about what happened with Saul's and the Saul's money and actually put it in corrections? Somebody's getting their figures completely wrong, and it's driving me mad because they are actually accusing of illegal transactions and other things towards me, and I want it put in correct.
No, so, yeah. So can this ask Maxine to get in touch with you regarding exactly what she needs, and then we can work from there.
Sorry, I don't understand the nature of the questions. What I would suggest is that you write
No, I'm not
to
going
us.
to write. I want.
Okay.
I've put this twice now. I asked for it last meeting, and I'm asking for it this meeting. I wanted Andrew to get all the information correct about what happened with the Souls saga, because I'm taking it further now because it's getting ridiculous. And the figures what are being put out on Facebook about y'all as well, it needs sorting because that person is being vexatious now, and it needs stopping.
I was supposed to stop it, man.
By putting out what truth? She's
Look,
putting
if
out
I'm gonna be on
some stuff.
Facebook, but it don't bother me at all. Say what they
But
want
when they're
about me.
accusing you of illegal transactions, and the person is in this room, it's not good for people like me when I'm having to read it and then people sent it me.
I haven't seen it, but so I don't know. Okay.
Get some input.
I have gone to GMB now. I am going to Union Solicitors. I am going to take this further because the life and the stupid figures what have been put out on Facebook are unbelievable.
I can't.
All I can say is that if you're faced with Andrew Firth, he will respond to you in due course, and that's all I can say. I don't know the issue, so...
I understand, Mick, that you don't know what the issue is, and I understand that, and I'm not pointing finger at you, but it needs to stop now because I'm taking it further. There's one of them is actually going further, because that person should not have put illegal transactions on that coin. So it needs stopping, and I want it stopping.
So regarding your first request, all I suggest is when Andrew's back at work, he's a couple of days off, and he's back at work, I'll phone him up and I'll get in touch with Andrew and basically your request.
If they've got proof, bring it forward.
I agree.
But they haven't. But I've got proof. I've got everything.
Okay. Yeah. Kathy, you had your hand up first. Do you want to start? Julie?
Can I just ask if you've actually got a date set for when the finance committee's got a first meeting? Because I think a lot what's going on social media, those of us who have not got any brain cells, if that's what's being said, need to know exactly what is happening with the community's finances. And I think having your first finance committee meeting to settle everybody, to get everybody knowing exactly what state of affairs is financially, it needs to be brought up. Full statements given at finance committee.
So regards to meeting dates, there was meetings were agreed and set at the initial town council meeting. Could we get those on online, basically, so people know when they are? And then could you make a note that that's inform the finance chair, and then they can be prepared for that meeting?
Yeah, I agree with Julie, because obviously at the last meeting, the town clerk read out some figures, and I'm still waiting for the Zoom to actually go online so I can listen to what was said, because I'm confused, and obviously I've been coming to meetings and kept records myself, so I'm confused as to what was said in that meeting. So I agree with Julie that we need a statement, a full statement saying exactly what is where money's being spent, and like obviously I wasn't aware about this £180,000 from Souls, so that came as a total, you know, reading that on social media, that came as a total thing out of the blue. So I don't think we need a full statement that everybody can see and hear, and then it takes everything, it's all out in the open for everybody to know what the financial situation is and whether we should be concerned, etc. But my other question was going to be about the antisocial behaviour that's being posted by, I think it's the council that's posted it, at the water park, where you've had fires, you've had where the portaloos have been tipped over. What is happening without, according to a member of staff that's posted this, saying that you've had underage children camping out overnight. What is going on?
I am unaware of anything on social media because I tend to stop reading it the last few months, to be honest.
No, it's actually a proper, you know, it's from the water park that's posted it. So it's quite a big one about the pitch, you know, the boys that you throw into the
lifesaver boys.
Yeah, 3 of those have been burnt. You've had a swan that's had a pellet gun that's dead. The toilets have been knocked over.
I wouldn't have thought so, yes. But by the sounds of it,
Should Gary be aware we've been chair of?
by the sounds of it, some of the officials know nothing. I don't think it's nothing to do with council.
No.
I think they might-
It is quite bad. It's actually on the lakeside, and it.
Okay, well, so we'll look into that. That's all I can say at the moment. We'll have a look into that. Yeah. Maxine?
So I'm a bit confused about Fitzwilliam Centre. Can you tell me what it's actually called?
It's the Fitzwilliam Centre.
So can I ask why there's a Facebook group calling it the Fitzwilliam and Kingsley Centre?
I wasn't aware there was a, I don't believe there's an official council Facebook group. So can we look into that? Yeah. No, it says no.
But it's councillors what have done in it, got in it.
Again, I'm unaware of that. I'll ask Mick to have a look into that. I think if I remember rightly, going back a few years ago, it was decided, I think, what is it, Karen King recommendation, that everything was brought, I could be wrong there, everything was brought back and it was just one, there was one page with one voice, one communication, I believe. Now if that's changed in the last 12 months, I'm unaware of why or how that's changed. We can look into that,
But
please.
The main admin's not even councillors, but the rest of the councillors are on it, running it.
So again, we can only ask and then report it to Facebook.
I'm just a bit concerned that if there's no happens on that page, the staff's going to get blamed.
We need to make sure that that is where there is not an official.
And I just want to know when you voted to change the name.
We haven't at the moment. It was brought up in a meeting, Kev, I believe. So it was brought up within the.
Will this go to public? Changing the name.
Well, we're looking into that. I believe if it goes to public, if we want to change the name because of the titles, and this could be wrong here, I believe that legally we have to put it out to the full community, and the full community, not just the part of it. It needs to go to the full.
That's what I believe as well. I just that's making sure that's going to happen.
Sorry.
I've sat on a number of charities. I'm still a chair of a charity. The legal position is that the trustees can consider changing it, but it would have to be at a trustee meeting where it's a reasonable motion that's then decided on.
No trustees, we're not trustees. The council is the corporate trustee, the people that meet the management team.
The articles, the memorandum and articles of the charity, it's the trustees who are the people
Well,
who decide.
Don't you have to like go to the charity commission as well? The actual place who owns it, and said to them, we want to make these changes before you can change it.
It would go to the charity commission, but it would be a motion that was decided at the charitable trusts meeting, at a properly convened meeting. That's the legal position. It would be the trustees. It's in the memorandum and articles of the charity, and then it would go, if there was agreement to change the name of the centre, then it would go to the charity commission to be logged as an EMTM of the
Yeah, the last meeting, which was the 23rd of the 4th, item 5 was changing the name. Kingsley and Fitzwilliam residents to be polled, read the name change, and to come back to another meeting. I don't know if the residents have been polled yet.
So again, further information was said on that, and it cannot be the Fitzwilliam Kingsley. It's got to be everybody within the area, so it can include Hemsworth. But also again, I understand what Mickey's saying, but the council's here and not the trustees. The council is the trustee. The meeting at Kingsley is the trustee management team. So we have to come back to the council as the sole trust, as the sole corporate trustee.
The administrator is
So
not a councillor.
As
but what he's saying is, they've got the management team at the centre when they have their meetings, but it has to come to full council to vote on.
Because the council is the
all
sole
the
trustee.
council are trustees.
It's a corporate trusteeship. Vicky?
I just looked on Facebook. Why don't we know about this?
Again, we didn't know about it. It was the first I've ever seen of it.
It was
One day
posted
ago.
1 day ago.
1 day ago.
Yeah, I'm
What is it?
yeah, we'll look into that. And Nick's going to address the situation.
I'll look into it,
look
but
into it.
I can't promise that I can shut down a Facebook website. Anybody in this room who...
No, this
This is
is
the
about
one.
the damage.
It's a member's
Sorry, yeah, my apologies, sorry.
That one we can look at. And,
Apologies, sorry.
You've done is think it makes you look silly.
so, is there any other questions? Julie?
Can I just go back to about finance accounts? Many meetings ago and a couple of chairs ago, I brought it up in one of the meetings, people were asking about finances. And I asked if once we got the notice boards, at the end of each month, a lot of people don't look at the HTC documents, they don't know how to find it. And since I asked many months ago, we've still not had any monthly accounts actually put on any notice boards. So I think it's a good idea for all this to stop on social media, to actually bring it all out, do a statement, and then start publicising, put the accounts, monthly accounts, so everybody can see what we've got coming in, what's in reserves, what should have been spent, what has been spent, and then our public and community can see. If we can start putting it back up on notice boards in villages.
We'd have to get that approved first, would it? Or can it put up?
If it's a matter of...
If it's publicly posted on the
Anyway.
website, then it can be publicly displayed in the notice boards. Yeah, I can't see any reason why not. Yeah.
We start implementing that.
Yeah, so we'll let me know. Can July's be the first one that goes on? Sorry, June's in July as such. You awake, Maxine?
Is there any update on play wheels? What's happening?
Is it opening?
I'm not sure. I've just got back from leave today, so I just I haven't clue. My apologies. Sorry.
So you've got no idea
So
when
I've had two conversations. One was yes, it should be opening, and one was I don't think it will be. So I've asked them to look into it. It may mean as opening reduced, so not having the zip wire. I believe the slide is being repaired. I believe it's been fixed or done. But it needs a check. It needs a safety check before we can use it. Obviously, the bouncing pillows.
gone?
They were gone last couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So we need to look at
We
other
need
options
put
for
it in
that.
place that it's supposed to have been done.
Yeah. So we are pushing to get it open, especially for this weekend. Obviously, Andrew's can't be at the moment, so he's where that is at the moment here.
Have the carpenters done the new walkway?
I've been told they have. That's what I've been told. If they
That
have,
was passed at the
so
last meeting.
I was past the last
Yeah,
meeting, yes.
got that done.
Again, I've suggested that we just get it open. If a certain piece of equipment cannot be used, then we isolate those and
Coming up to holidays, you need
yeah,
to get it sorted.
it needs to be open for holidays. Is no,
Okay.
yeah, definitely, 100% agree.
Can Ian repeat what he's just said, because I didn't hear a word he said, so
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
what
Sorry, one of the last meetings, I would call it the rickety bridge. It's the walkway between certain parts. It would have cost too much to repair that. So that was being taken off and a solid bridge was going to be put in by carpenters. That was passed at the last meeting,
It was.
and I believe that's been done.
I've been told it's been done again. I believe it'll need inspection. If that inspection can be completed before the weekend, I think that's the sticking point. It'll be again that inspection and
Will you be putting car park charges on? To bring some money back into.
should be because the motion was after June, I believe. June the 1st, we'll be charging for people outside of the area. So me and Vicky did go down for this dinner one day, well, that was no parking charges, but we were there in May, so that's fine. Anybody got anything else they want to ask?
What dinner like?
It was nice. I had beef, it was lovely beef. Any? No? So could I just, before we go, can I just say to people that there is 2 HDC authorised events regarding D-Day. So Thursday at 10 o'clock, there's a...
It's British Legion.
British Legion owned down at the cenotaph down there. Then at 8 o'clock in the centre here, there's some light refreshments for D-Day, and then there's a light of a beacon at around 9:15. And then on Sunday, down at the water park, 11:12, 15:30, there's not the D-Day event, we can't call it D-Day event, but effectively the hussars are there. There's a lot of things going off, and you can throw some sponges at your councils if you want to.
Family Fun Day.
Family Fun Day. Yeah.
We have some bricks.
Yeah, it's big enough, it's a grass sniper's dream. So if that's it for everybody, then I'd like to close the meeting, and thank you very much for your participation.